Hello, my friends. This like zone on my face is just developing pimples by the minute. Like I only had one. I had these two earlier, and now all of a sudden I have this one. Like where'd this one come from? Hello, it is Halloween. Bum, bum, bum. I feel like the first look of every year is challenging. Like it's really daunting and it's really terrifying. But today, I'm doing our first Halloween look. So today is gonna be a clown. And I hope you're excited. I've never done a clown before, and I'm like, a little hesitant. The prep that I had to do, let me show you. So no joke, this is my Halloween prep. I have brushes, I have lashes, I have cream paints, I have sequins, I have water, I have every brush I own, I have some foundation mixers, I have powder, I have primer, a sponge, a water-based paint palette, 5 colorful eyeshadow palettes, and we're ready. So, there's a few clowns that I have on my Pinterest that Alina and I found while we were eating dinner. There you go. I'm really into these two. But then these two are also pretty cool, but they're more like abstracty. I mean, not that one, but like these two are what I'm like really feeling. So one is more of a traditional clown, which does kind of makes, it looks more like a aggressive clown. Then the other one is kind of a mix on like the It clown with a little bit of like polka dots everywhere. And I kind of like that one because I have a green wig. And so I think that one with like the craziness and the polka dots and like the fun is gonna be up my alley. So yeah, I'm gonna go for more of this look and with my green wig, like polka dotty, doing my thing, you know? We're gonna add my Fenty Beauty under eye corrector to my under eyes before I do foundation. I just feel like it's going to have more time to dry down and into my area. And I just don't want any dark circles. I feel like that doesn't really work with the whole clown thing, you know? So I'm gonna start with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in 202. I am much deeper than this shade actually is, so I feel like it's a good color to put on, and I'm still gonna mix it with my Pro Pigment from LA Girl. Okay, so that's how light it is. Okay, so we're going to apply that to the center of our face because she does not really have super deep on the outside. She kind of like has like a blushy bronzer thing going on. But obviously, with clowns, you're wearing like nearly white. I'm gonna take it down my neck so to make sure that it kind of matches everything. I'm going to put my CoverGirl concealer, which is far too light for me, like one of the lightest they sell in light ivory, under my eyes. And if it's too bright, I'll add or too white, or if it's too much of like a skin tone, I'll add white on top of it to kind of make it work. But for now, I'm just going to do this, and I'm actually going to give myself a decent amount just because this is Halloween. You know, like we're trying to go big here. My RCMA No Color Powder, I'm just gonna set my under eyes and my forehead because I need to. I don't ever use this powder anymore. I always use my Fit Me color light powder, but it is more of a skin tone color, so this is my only powder that will really work for this circumstance because it is white. It's a no color powder, so it's not going to give any additional color. It's not giving any additional coverage. It's just a translucent powder. However, if I were to use a skin tone version, it would mess with the color under my eyes and on my forehead, and I don't want that. I'm scared to do this next step because that's when we get into like the real stuff. So I want to like get some color on the outside here, but I don't really want to do it with a powder. I think I want to do it with a little bit of cream. I'm gonna use the end of this random paintbrush, and I just took out some of the peachy color from my Makeup Forever Flash palette. And I am going to put it on the back of my hand. And then I believe my next step, I think I'm gonna go for some yellow. It's the color I created on the back of my hand. This brush I used last year to do the pumpkin look. Not on my YouTube, but for my ex-boyfriend. And this is the Real Techniques, it's like a buffing brush, and I'm just gonna dip it into my cream paint over here. The only reason I am using this is because I was never able to get the orange paint out of it. So it's kind of just become a Halloween brush at this point. So I am just taking this and I am kind of putting it in my contours of my face to kind of create like a contoured look with this like peachy, orangey tone. I'm also going to put it on the other side. This is cream paint, so cream paint isn't really going to set, so I have time to blend it out. Don't you worry. Nobody has to be worried here. I'm gonna take some more. I'm gonna kind of just like put it down the sides of my neck and a little bit on my jaw. I went around my face and I deposited the color with this buffing brush, and then I proceeded to blend it out so it looks more seamless. I want it to kind of look like a little bit glam, but with the more dramatic, like clown-esque feel. I then took my sponge and I went over all of the edges to make sure it was a little bit more blended. So now that that's on, I'm going to take a pink and I'm going to like blend it on top, a pink eyeshadow. I'm gonna blend it on top to kind of get that, like the edges just a little bit more to intensify some of the pink and like the hollows. I'm gonna be taking this palette, I believe, by Spectrum. It's the by Perfusion. It's the Neon palette. I think I'm gonna dip in between these two shades right here. It is Bro and Rad on this blush brush, I guess. I'm now going to take that and I'm going to place it on top of my orange and create more of a pinky tone. I'm going to take this down the sides of my nose as well, just to make sure. Oh, this is like a really good nose contour brush, it turns out. I think I'm going to put more pink on the tip of my nose. I feel like that's a very clowny thing to have like the red nose. So I am going to take this brush just on the edges, but my Sephora cream lip stain in shade 01. So I'm going to overline and make this a little bit more pointed and aggressive because it's a clown. So look like a clown? The answer to that question is yes. Obviously I do, because I look fucking insane. Okay, that's the best I'm gonna do as far as the lips go. I know it looks crazy, but I'm a clown, I'm supposed to look crazy. Okay, so in order to get the lines to go up to my eye, I think I am going to use the water activated paints just because I feel like that is going to be the easiest way to get it up there, you know? I'm going to use the red way over here. The true red. And I also know for a fact that I'm going to need to fix this red lip probably at the end because it's gonna wear off the middle here, but okay. I'm gonna use the brush that I used to scoop some of the color out of. I have water right here that has a dog hair in it because why wouldn't it? That would only make the most sense. And I'm going to put the water in the activated paint until I get a consistency that I like. So we're gonna start with my under eyes. I'm going to make a shape that kind of droops down right in the middle of, like the middle of my iris. And then I'm going to draw it straight to my lips. I'm gonna go down and over, like so. Obviously, it's not gonna be perfect. Okay, so that's one side. What are the chances that I can make it match? Anyone? Anyone? Slim to none, did I hear that in the back? You were right. I don't know when Bob Ross said this, he was talking about painting creepy clowns on your face, but there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. So you're going to try our best to make these even. I already look terrifying, right? I feel like we're doing great. So, like I was saying before my camera rudely died on me, I am taking Casey from the e.l.f. XJ Kiss palette, and I'm just setting it on any area that has the red water activated paint. It's already dry, but I'm just kind of setting it to make sure. I'm gonna take a little bit more, and I'm gonna start just kind of like buffing the edges to make them look a little bit more blended. And this is not going to be a fast process, so I might cut a lot of this out. Cause it's gonna take me some time. Okay, so I blended out under the eyes as much as I kind of want to right now, because she does seem to have some like deeper red like lines that are adding to the depth of underneath her eyes. So I'm going to do that with my water activated paints again. So I'm going to take this deeper red color. Fiona, I didn't mean just to click on you. I'm so sorry. This is by, oh sorry, this actual photo is by Christina Gabrielle at Christina Gab on Twitter, I suppose. Okay, so I need to take this brush again that had the red on it, and I rinsed it out in the water. I mixed the deep brown and the deep red on the back of my hand, and now I am going to add just like some random lines up this little detailed section here. One thing I do want to do, because I feel like now that I have this red and looking at her photo, her nose is a much more aggressive red, like a clown would be, so I am going to fix that. She also brings it like down to her lips. I think I need a brighter red for this. This is Heat Wave in the Neon palette by Profusion. It's like this bright red way over in the corner here. And I'm going to put that on top of Casey from the e.l.f. and J Kissa palette. So I need it to be a bit brighter to match the paint that is underneath this shade. Now we are going to start with the polka dots. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe do a color switch action? I don't have my color switch. So there's like perfect circles all over the face. And I'm not sure the best way to do this. I'm tempted to say maybe a cream paint, but I don't want to screw up. So I'm going to start with shadow. If I don't think it's enough, then I'll dip into the cream paints, but I'm just going to do some primary colors, make it nice and bright. So I'm going to start with Millie from the e.l.f. and J Kissa palette. It is the orange. I'm actually going to mix Millie and Zuma because then I can get like a true orange. I'm going to place the first one right here. So I'm just taking this like very dense round brush and just tapping it right where I want the polka dot to be. And then she has them on her eyes. So I'm just gonna do, since I have it, I'm gonna do each color as it goes. So I'm going to take, I need like a bright shadow to put on my lid. A white will work, great work. Okay, I'm gonna, the James Charles and Morphe palette, I'm gonna take the two lightest shades. There's a matte bone and a white, and I'm actually going to mix them together. I'm going to just put them all over my eye. Let's see, I'm gonna do one right here. The eyes I do kind of want to make symmetrical. I feel like it's a little bit more important on the eyes. I'm not sure why, but now I'm gonna wipe this brush off as much as I can and then dip into the yellow. I feel like going down the line of colors in the rainbow will make this a little less bad that I only have one good brush to use. Anyone's guess. Okay, so for starters, she has a bright yellow inner corner and I love it. So we're gonna copy that. I feel like I need even brighter than this. This is the Profusion Neons palette. I'm gonna take a Sage Sunnies, which is a bright yellow. And then she has like a big yellow dot right over here, which I kind of like. So we're gonna copy that as well. And then that is the only yellow on her face. She doesn't have yellow like all down this way, which I think is nice because this is not the easiest thing to get to show up on your skin. All right, so we're gonna get our brush off again, and we're gonna dip into greens now. Peaky is a lovely green, this green right here. So I think, honestly, I'm only gonna need that green. If not, I have like 6 other greens in front of me that I can use, but Peaky from the Elf and J Kissa palette is a great shade. I'm gonna start there. We're gonna put a green dot over here. Lots of green, okay. Now we gotta put green on our eyeballs, which goes right here. I'm gonna dip into Heat Wave from the Profusion palette on the same brush now. Just using this same brush the whole time. So I'm just gonna start with these little dots because this is kind of where I feel like we need to start. And the perfect blue is Cannoli in this palette. I do think that if Elf and J Kissa palette you can't buy anymore, but I think you could get a very similar colorful palette through Profusion. I mean, honestly, I probably could have done this whole look with the Profusion Spectrum and Neon palettes combined. These 2 palettes right here have like one of every color you would need, and they're $5 a piece, so I think that would be a really good option. The Morphe x James Charles palette, I know he's not a great human being, but the colors are amazing, so if you needed that as well. I believe it's on sale typically through Morphe because I don't think they want to support him anymore, so you can get it for pretty cheap. And Morphe is in Ulta, so you can typically find that palette inside of Ulta as well, so that's always a good thing to remember. Right, and then she does a dot right on her eye. And then the only other thing, she has like orange out here, which I also kind of want to do, so I'm just gonna put a big old orange right there. She also has dots all down her neck. This is the e.l.f. small tapered brush. So we're gonna take Casey on this brush. It's very difficult to get it in there without destroying everything in our cup. We're just gonna start putting big old dots. Great, so now I'm gonna go off camera. I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to add my fake eyelashes, and then we'll be here with the finished look. And I'm pretty excited. Not gonna lie to you, it's kind of a fun, I didn't think when I said like clown on my list, it was not this. So I'm pumped. Also, this looks like blood. Thank you. I'm gonna get to it, okay? Okay. All right, holy crap, everything is a mess. I went to go find my green wig and I found it, but I also found this Ariel wig, which is literally a child's wig. It's my daughter's wig, but I thought it went better with the whole vibe, so we are now a redheaded clown. And this is the final look. I'm super into this. I took some of my, so I have these Pure X Raw Beauty Christie lashes, and they're the most expensive lashes I own, but I only wear them when I do like crazy makeup because they're too much for me, if I'm being honest. So I took yellow paint on this brush and I painted the tips of the lashes, and then I also put lashes that I had cut, because these lashes are too long, I cut the ends off and I put them on under my lower lash line, and I'm obsessed. Like, are we joking? I'm sorry, Halloween look number 1 is coming in fucking clutch. I don't know about you, but I can't believe we pulled this off. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, just know that my Halloween looks, not something I do all year, just a month of them. But They're fun. I have a few from last year, 3 actually from last year that you can go and look back on if you would like. I also have a million other videos on here. A million's a little extreme, but like I've been doing it for about a year, posting a video a week roughly for about a year. So there's a decent amount of videos on my channel, so if you want to go see anything else that I have posted, feel free to go do that. Go follow me on my other social medias, that is Instagram and TikTok, both at CaitlinJolene_makeup. Looking back, should have probably filmed a TikTok of this. Maybe I could just do like a transition one and then film the beginning later, because like obviously I'm the after, you know? So yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I also put on a little lip gloss because I thought I needed it. Great, I need to go take pictures because it is 10:56. Like I said, I started at 8:43. These videos take 2+ hours to film, and then I have to go take photos, and then I have to edit. So I'm gonna be RB, aka until next week. If you enjoyed this, please come back next week because I have 3 more Halloween looks that are going to be happening this year, and they're coming every Friday at 4 p.m. If you want to see what's happening, hit the subscribe button down below, like and comment on this video so more people get to see this fun clown look that I recreated from the lovely woman on Pinterest whose name is, oh I'm sorry Face ID, you don't work when I look like this, do you? The lovely woman on Pinterest, her name is Christiana Gabrielle on Twitter, which is Christiana with 2 A's, Gab with 2 B's on Twitter. Her look is much more like professional, but we're just having fun here, okay? I just make shit up as I go. We're literally winging this. So yeah, see you all next week. Happy Halloween, bitches. All right. I'll come in close. You know how this works. I always come in close. Okay, can we look at the tips of my eyelashes, please? Just focus on them. Come on, look at them. They're yellow. They're fucking yellow. I can't. Anyways, I gotta go. Okay, bye.